There were two Fox 5 DC hosts by the name of Sarah Fraser and Holly Morris, and they were discussing the viral video of the young man. His name is Michael Brown. He's 17 years old. He lives here in Houston, and he was accepted to 20 colleges. Now, you would think that particular commentary would be something that would be great to discuss, but no, leave it to these two. They're not going to make it into something great. I want you to hear exactly what they're saying.
Every single one. Michael Brown is his name. You're talking Yale, Harvard, Princeton, literally all of them. But this has sort of brought on this, and he got full rides to all of them. Full rides. So he has his pick, right? The video went viral, all this stuff. So it has sparked the discussion, though, of how many schools you should apply to. And do you think it's a little ridiculous that this kid applied to 20, taking away a spot and basically waitlisting another kid?
Yeah, well, probably most people won't agree with me, but I actually think it's ridiculous to apply to 20 schools. I do. I am urging my children not to. Yeah. I mean, he could have applied to 5. He would have gotten in all 5. It would have been equally as impressive. 10 would have been impressive. And you can Google as many articles as you want. Admissions officers will say on average you should apply to 4 to 8 schools, right?
So do you think this is a little obnoxious?
I think it's a little obnoxious because you can only go to one. Right. You can only take one full ride, and you are taking a spot from someone else who worked really hard.
But Holly, why?
And you are taking a spot from someone else who worked really hard.
But Holly, why not? The kid could get into.
But if you don't take it, the full ride goes back into the pot, right? Oh yeah. The best thing about this story, which I stand on, is that 19 kids come off the wait list.
Right.
19 other kids are going to get it. But 19 kids also had really sad days, and their parents talked them off the ledge when they didn't get it.
What's weird is that this is the conversation I'm always having now with my kids who are looking to go to school after high school, college, and I'm like 5 schools. Yeah, I think 5 schools. But there is the math. I found this article on Prep Scholar, and they say if the more selective you want to be, or the more, I guess, selective colleges, that number goes up to 15.
It can go up to 15, but they really say, if you look at it this way, around 8, you should have like 3 target schools.
Yeah.
Those schools you're probably going to get in. You may not, but you're probably going to get in. They're definitely in your range. Have 2 reach schools. Those are ones that, you may not, but who knows, you may. And then you need 2 safety schools, right?
I mean, that would be, yeah, but I think this kid obviously knew he was super smart.
You may. And then you need 2 safety schools. Right?
I mean, that would be, yeah, but I think this kid obviously knew he was super smart.
So is he going to put that, I know, but is he going to put that on his application? This takes nothing away from him. Clearly, he is amazing. You know what I mean? Clearly, this child is amazing. But on every job interview he does, I got it.
By the way, I'm next year.
And I got
That's what I would be saying, yeah. I don't know if you saw the story.
Now, I tried to find the original video of that, and I mean, they just scrubbed that video from their own website, so I couldn't find it. But that was the best one that was out there, that person recorded and put on the internet. Now, we want to take our time to break down the things that they are saying, and I want you to really pay attention to the code speak that they use when it comes to us as black people. Now, a young man that got accepted to 20 colleges, it is ridiculous. Let's just think about that for a minute. It's ridiculous to be accepted to 20 colleges. Well, when black young men do wrong and commit crimes and people like them report on it, is ridiculous then, but yet they usually don't even use those words about that. When they talk about crime that's happening right in DC, they never say the words obnoxious when it comes to crime that happens within our community. But a young man who's not committing crimes, who's not harming anyone, get accepted into 20 colleges, and now it's ridiculous and obnoxious. Pay attention to the words that they're using. Something that's positive, okay? Now, the reason why it's ridiculous, the reason why it's obnoxious is because you have to understand the system of racism and white supremacy is built for black people to fail, especially black boys and black men. There was no reason for a black boy, which is going to be this black man, to grow up in a system that was rigged against him, okay? This system was meant to destroy him. Or if he get through this system, he wasn't supposed to have anything. Now, even though he got through this system and he accomplished a lot at a short amount of time, that's why it is ridiculous. Now, it is ridiculous because Michael Brown had a 4.68 grade point average. It's obnoxious that Michael Brown had a 1540 on his SAT score out of 1600. He also got an additional $250,000 in outside scholarships offered to him. That's ridiculous, and that's obnoxious to these two women. Understand that. Now, we want to point out also the code speak, as we talked about earlier. Now, anytime when it comes to colleges, they always say, well, blacks only get into colleges because of affirmative action, which that's a bold-faced lie. Oh, blacks, when they have affirmative action in college, they're taking away from white students and they're discriminated against. Okay, you hear them say that a lot. So now let's pay attention to the code speak, because you have to remember the mainstream media, that's part of the local media as well, they speaking in those dog whistles. So when they said, well, him being accepted is blocking waitlisting another student, okay, which is another kid. What do they mean a white kid? They don't mean a black child. They don't mean Hispanic. They don't mean an Asian. They don't mean an Arab. They don't mean Native American. They don't mean none of that. That's that code speak is saying this black kid got over a white kid, and now this white kid don't have a chance. The second thing that was said was you're taking a spot from someone else that worked hard. You get what I'm saying? The same thing they always say. So always know the dog whistles when it comes to everything they're saying. They're constantly saying it all the time. Okay. So you're saying that Michael Brown, he didn't work hard. You know how hard it is to get a 1540 on the SAT? It's not easy to get a 4.68 grade point average. This child was almost 60 points from having a perfect score. So all the other ones worked hard, but he didn't work hard. You worrying about the ones that he taking a spot from. See, that's what it is. See, that is entitlement. That is what white supremacy brings. When you're used to privilege, when you have to deal with equality, it feels like oppression to you. This is why they respond that way. And this is why people came at them and say, hey, wait a minute. What you're saying is racist in nature, because you're taking something that should be great. You should be celebrating. All of a sudden, it's about taking from someone, which we know how Fox speak. They're taking away from them. You have to understand that, brothers and sisters, when it comes to everything. Now, I'm not shocked by what they're saying. I'm not upset by what they're saying, because I expect it. I understand the system that I'm living in. But some of you are shocked. Some of you are surprised. Some of you are upset. I mean, once you understand the system that you're living in, there's no reason to get upset. Just like if you don't get upset if rain touches your body and it's wet, then why would you get upset about this? Now, they come out making their little apologies. Oh, I didn't mean to say it like that. Oh, it's not about race. Yes, exactly what it is. People called you out on it, and now you want to apologize. I'll give you guys their Twitter handles. You can go over there and express yourself much as you would like to about what you're hearing from them. But basically, that's all what this situation is. A black child beat them, even though the system was rigged against that black child. And I hope that young man picked the right college, the right situation, and enjoy his free college. I mean, that's just a great thing. And he's not spending a dime to get in any of these colleges. You plus trust me, they are highly pissed off. Like, how in the world that black kid get all these offers? They can't figure it out. They are upset. Anytime that we have a win and they feel like they're taking an L, even though that has nothing to do with them, your success always infuriates them. Remember, his success is ridiculous and obnoxious. How dare he apply to 20 colleges and get accepted to all of them? How dare he? You understand what I'm saying? These people don't want you to do good. They want to complain when you're doing wrong and telling you to stop doing wrong. Then they want to complain when you do good. I told you, it don't matter when people don't like you, when people hate you. It don't matter what you do, good or bad, straight or narrow. It don't matter what you do. They don't like you. And this is why I tell black folks, stop trying to look for their validation, their approval. They don't like you. They don't. And I base that off of hundreds of years of treatment. I base that off of laws. I base that off of discriminatory practices that's still happening to this day. I'm not basing it off of the past and all of a sudden it quit and we just bringing up old bone and carrying a bone. No, I'm talking about 2018, what's happening today. Look at their response to Barack Obama, Donald Trump. You get what I'm saying? So please understand that. Stop being so shocking and surprised. I told you, in this situation we in racism and white supremacy, black people gonna have to get out of your feelings and understand what you're dealing with. Your feelings should only be related to your community, your personal family. When it comes to that situation, it should be no feelings. They have no feelings for you. But shout out to that young brother, let's say, for doing great. I support that highly. I support his parents and family for raising him to focus on his education. He's a gifted young man, and that's something that we should be really proud of. But leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about this, because it don't matter how great we do things. It don't matter how lawful you are, educated you are. You can give to charity. You could be just the next thing to God. They still gonna have a hatred for you and have something to say.